Hey, insight number 3, coming at you. We didn't do section 74, I skipped over that, but please read it, please study that one, it is important. This is Joseph Smith's explanation of 1 Corinthians 7:14. So in Paul's letter to the Corinthians, he addresses a specific situation where a woman who was converted to the church was married to a Jewish man, and they had a baby, and it was about circumcision, and how that people were saying the baby is doomed and is in sin and is awful and blah blah blah. And churches now still believe that, and unfortunately at my grandma's funeral last year, and I talked about that for those of you who've been following me that long, that one of the things I preached about, the preacher talked about at her funeral, was how children are born and they're evil and just full of sin until they are baptized. And I'm like, no, they're not. Children are born beautiful and gorgeous and a blessing, and how could you think they were anything but? However, that is the teaching that's put out there from some religions, which is a bit sad. And again, it's no judgment on them, it's just, have a think about that again. And really, would Jesus do that to newborn babies? I don't think so. Not my Jesus, not the one I know. So, that was the discussion in Corinthians, and that's what Paul addressed. And it's basically, it's a better wording. Joseph Smith got better translation, better wording, and talking about how children are just a gift and they're beautiful, and really, no matter what the parents do, the children are going to be fine. And once they're the age of 8, they have their own agency and they get to choose, and it's like, it's fine. I have their own agency through their whole life, actually. Well, at 8, they're accountable. But the point is, it doesn't matter what their parents do. The children are beautiful and amazing and gorgeous just as they are, and love them for that. It doesn't matter what religion their parents are, how committed they are to that religion, doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's my spiel about that. Go read that one, because it can get quite deep and meaningful, and you can study it however much or however little you want. Section 75, though, is actually 2 revelations given in 2 separate times. So verses 1 through 22, and the second is 23 through 36. Now, the first lot is more about preaching and doing better at inviting and loving and sharing. And the second part is more around, these are the first high priests that were called. So they, again, want to know, well, what does that mean, and what am I supposed to do? And if I'm going to do this right, because I want to commit to it, what is it? Because I don't have them before, so it's a good question. So we're going to actually go first to verses 2 to 4 of section 75, which say, "Hearken, O ye who have given your names to go forth to proclaim my gospel and to prune my vineyard. Behold, I say unto you that it is my will, that you should go forth and not tarry, neither be idle, but labor with your might." Now look at verse 2, has a footnote A. A is initiative and zeal. I love that. So, hearken all ye who have given initiative and zeal. Whew, yeah, heard it like that. Take initiative, labor with your might. So look at the footnote, and remember, the Lord loves a volunteer. He loves effort, right? So a willing mind. Ask, what can I do? These guys put their hands up and said, I want to go on missions, right? Isn't that awesome? Being that what a mission was then, and that a lot of them had families and they'd have to leave them behind. So, think of missionaries now and how they go out and they volunteer. They're asking, what can I do? And they're going to go do it. We can do that too. We don't have to go on a proselyting mission. We can do that right where we are. But yeah, so take the answer you get from asking, what can I do? However little or big or overwhelming that is, and it all looks different for all of us. Take that, and with your might, knowing the Lord will make it possible to complete the job. Because remember, we talked about that last week, how the Lord will enter in and He will help you with that job. If He wants you to do it, and it's something that you've said to Him, what is it that I can do? And He said, I want you to do this. And you're like, okay, that seems really hard, but I think I can do it. And He's like, I know you can do it because I'm here with you. And if you can put that faith over the fear of whatever it is, He will definitely help you accomplish it. So walk with the Lord, work with the Lord, and always being practicable. So remember, being practicable, being realistic, accepting, Some of the words that come up through this lot, and the next one we'll talk about as being adaptable. But there's also, looking at the call and praying and expect him to show up. And yeah, there's some really good advice in this section around that. But President Thomas S. Monson, when he was alive, he said, "Stick to your task till it sticks to you. Beginners are many, but enders are few." He loved a good poem, didn't he? Stick to your task till it sticks to you. Beginners are many, but enders are few. And those that complete tasks, I've seen people who have so many tasks going and they're all in the middle of them all. It's like, just stick with one and complete it. I've got some that are going that have been going for years. I've got a cross stitch that I'm in the middle of for like 15 years now. Somehow I don't see I'm going to complete that in my lifetime. However, I do complete many things. And some of them are hobbies and they can sit by the wayside, and others are more practicable and I complete those. So, pick that what you need to work on. Pick what's going to be best for you today. Pick what it feels right. Again, if you're living with the Holy Ghost, you're going to know. And no, we're not over time. Got to check that. You're going to know what is good and what isn't. Again, you're going to know. So take initiative and labor with your might. And remember, even if you get it terribly wrong, the effort is what counts. And you can try again, right? It's fine. It's okay to fail. Fail actually leads you to the correct way. So, we kind of need to fail to actually figure it out. Yeah, I have learnt that in life. All right, that was insight number 3. Stay tuned for insight number 4 coming at you from sunny Hamilton.